It's true that making an effort to improve your intelligence can provide positive outcomes, but some skills are simply not teachable. Most bright individuals, according to the results of a research done by psychologists, have intrinsic qualities that don't have to be taught. Although we would all like to think highly of our own wits, it's not always easy to gauge our actual mental prowess. To gauge a person's intellect, many go to IQ tests, which assess skills like memory, analysis, math, and spatial perception. In general, competent individuals don't feel the need to constantly seek approval from others. They have confidence in who they are, yet know there is always opportunity for growth. They have a healthy sense of modesty about their achievements and do not feel the need to broadcast their success to the world. In spite of this, test scores don't capture a number of intangible characteristics that are common among those who are also very bright. It's not always a matter of how hard we've worked on our brains to determine whether or not we're smarter than someone who knows a little bit about a lot of different things. Now, keep an eye out for indicators of your superior intelligence. 10. Being endlessly curious. Intellectually curious people tend to put more time and effort into learning new things and expanding their horizons. It takes a lot of intelligence to challenge the established quo, but curiosity usually leads to the answers you seek. Intelligent individuals allow themselves get captivated by what other people take for granted, observed Kieserber Alas, a Bayesian rationalist. The world around them is always a source of curiosity for them. The characteristics of an inquisitive individual include asking lots of questions and seeking for answers. You have an insatiable curiosity and delight in uncovering new information. You probably likely enjoy the challenge of unraveling perplexing issues and discovering novel approaches to old challenges. Worrying. 9. The habit of worrying. Researchers found that bright people are more likely to worry, lending credence to the old adage that ignorance is bliss. More than 100 students at Lakehead University in Ontario, Canada were polled by psychologist Alexander Penny, who asked them to rate their levels of concern. Those with higher scores on a test of verbal intelligence were found to pose a greater threat. Although it's never a good idea, those with exceptional intelligence often have hyperactive thoughts that cause them unnecessary tension. This might indicate that they are overthinking things or that they have a lot on their mental plate. If you're the kind that worry a lot and feel stressed out all the time, meditation is a tried and true method for relieving anxiety and enhancing mental well-being. Do any of these characteristics ring a bell thus far? So, stick around as we run down the list to the number 1 indicator of your superior intelligence. I wonder if you can identify the one characteristic that is most common amongst the world's most brilliant people. What happens? You'll have to stay until the very end to find out. 8. The inability to remember certain details. In spite of appearances, amnesia is a highly developed sort of intellect. Bryce Cool of Stanford University conducted a word memory test with comparable possibilities and came to the conclusion that the brain discards like memories to make room for memories that matter. To sum up, you may be more intelligent than you give yourself credit for if you are prone to forgetfulness and also engage in the other behaviors highlighted in this movie. 7. Humor. Multiple studies have found a correlation between a comedic disposition and above-average IQ. In 2011, researchers at the University of New Mexico assessed the verbal intelligence and abstract thinking skills of 400 psychology majors. Next, participants were shown reporter cartoons and asked to provide captions. Those with higher IQs were the ones most likely to come up with clever subtitles. As a result, there are many varieties of humor. You may be smarter than the average bear if you have a dry, witty, and occasionally sardonic sense of humor. But don't fret. This doesn't imply that a lack of wit indicates a lack of brains. One of the numerous possible characteristics of highly clever people. I take pleasure in reading. 6. Studies have shown that kids who are competent readers by the time they're 7 are smarter as adults. It's hardly surprising that avid readers tend to be smarter than non-readers, given that reading is one of the best ways to increase one's knowledge and perspective. To read is to expand one's horizons and one's understanding of the world. Reading, whether fiction or non-fiction, has the power to expand our horizons and provide us with a broader perspective. It stands to reason that your intelligence level is higher than that of the average person since you read so many books. 5. Making a mess. The scientific community has recognized a link between a person's intelligence and their tendency for disorderliness. According to research, mental and visual clutter improves attention and comprehension. In contrast to common opinion, a chaotic environment can actually inspire creative thinking. Kathleen Voss of the Carlson School of Management at the University of Minnesota discovered that disorderly settings encouraged more creative thinking and problem resolution. If someone were to advise you to tidy your room in the future, you could really have a reason not to. 4. Having a late night. The British researchers who conducted the study titled, "Why Night Owls Are More Intelligent," came to the conclusion that those who are able to stay up later than their peers are more likely to be intelligent. Children who stay up later are more likely to be smart adults, according to the research. As well as being smarter, the study suggests that night owls are also more creative and have more of a drive to succeed on their own terms. Do you, in fact, frequent the nighttime hours? How do you spend your late night hours? There's a good chance you're smarter than you give yourself credit for if you stay up late and do a lot of the other things this video recommends. Accepting difficult mental tasks. It is a common belief that geniuses actively seek out mental problems because they realize that this is the best way for them to learn and grow. People who have a higher IQ are less prone to take offense at being shown to be wrong in an argument. Taking on difficult problems and testing one's mental boundaries always leads to increased knowledge and understanding. Accepting mental problems can aid in mental development and future preparation. Solving difficult problems is a favorite pastime of the intelligent. This is because expanding their horizons via education benefits them on many levels. 2. Internal monologue. Self-talk, which is often mistaken for a sign of madness, has been found to have cognitive benefits, including better memory. Thoughts may be more easily retained if you verbalize them instead of just contemplating them in your head. In addition to improving cognitive performance, internal monologues may serve as a useful tool for arranging one's ideas and moving one closer to one's objectives. Absolutely correct. Psychologists at the university showed that those who often spoke out to themselves while studying had significantly greater levels of concentration. They are also more likely to realize their dreams than individuals who don't verbalize their ambitions. This is because reinforcing our unique methods of goal attainment may be facilitated by just talking to ourselves. We don't mean talking to oneself in a really out loud manner. These positive self-talks are the affirmations and self-esteem boosters that help you get through the day and accomplish the tasks you find most difficult. There is no great brilliance without a touch of craziness, as Aristotle so memorably put it. You've read this far, and now you're probably wondering what the most prevalent indicator is that you're very bright. Next, if you recognize this trait in yourself and also exhibit any of the other characteristics in this video, you may be smarter than you give yourself credit for. First, achieving one's goals without exerting much effort. Those who have thought they didn't need to work as hard as those who clearly struggle to succeed are usually smarter, yet this is not to equate laziness with intellect. Also, don't forget that intellect may manifest itself in a variety of ways. It's possible that two smart people to be quite different in their areas of expertise. It's possible that some people have a head for statistics while others excel in the classroom. Getting clever may be done in a wide variety of ways. One factor is not always decisive. What do you think, then? Any of these symptoms sound familiar to you? If so, please specify. Post your thoughts in the space provided below. Did you like this video? If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. You're welcome for watching.